Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. Smackdown on January 23rd of 2003 comes from Albany, New York, the Pepsi Arena. Too bad, Cookie Monster Punk couldn't be here tonight. The show opens with an announcement that Stephanie McMahon will have an in-ring presentation with Jamie Noble tonight. So this is like a graphic.
Okay.
Teddy Long, with the NPAA around him, opens the show. They're already in the ring.
Okay.
So we cut from opening
Graphic
video,
to
graphic to ring. Yes.
All right, I'm in.
So Teddy declares that Rodney Mack, the AEW television champion, he's gonna keep that. He's gonna keep that open challenge. But Rodney, he beat King Whitey, that dead man, and with that, we're gonna call this the Rodney Mack White Boy Challenge. And so only white boys need to apply for Rodney Mack's beatdown from here on out. And we hear a song that now starts with, I'm actually wrong, but I'm gonna pretend like it starts with "You Think You Know Him," because he wasn't using. I think he was actually using Rob Zombie at this point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't until he come back from his injury that he started using Alter Bridge.
When did he come back? Because he was hurt a long time.
2004. So
Jesus Christ.
So this is the first time we see Edge since he got injured, but because he actually got used freaking forever, I was like, you know what? I want to use Edge a handful more times before he gets his neck surgery, because he was stubborn enough to keep working. I'm gonna use him twice more. So Edge comes out and he answers the White Boy Challenge, and so
doesn't get any whiter than a Canadian.
So Edge grabs the mic and he says, "Hey, I'm from Canada." I'm kidding. I don't know what he says, but he just accepts. He says, "It will be the beginning and the end of the White Boy Challenge when I win the television title tonight." So the crowd is super into this. We haven't seen Edge in months.
Gotta love that Edge.
And so during the match, we see the return of another person we haven't seen since, I think in his case, was December. So as the match is going on, D'Lo Brown comes out midway through. And so Bradshaw and Farouk and Teddy are all at ringside. D'Lo doesn't come to the ringside, but he stands up on the rampway, and he has a chair with him, just because he can't trust his boys. They beat him down, holla holla, playa.
Teddy.
And so it was actually, it was Christmas was the last time we saw him, because that's when he got beat
that's
down.
right, because you wanted to crush everyone's spirits.
Yeah, it was a very depressing episode. So, unfortunately, the sadness continues when Rodney Mack hits his drive-by knee on Edge, and sending him to the outside. Edge is selling his neck big time. He's like...
Yeah, it sounds like he has a destroyed neck. It's crazy.
Well, but more importantly than his selling, he actually takes a count-out loss. Wow. So there's no rolling him into the ring. Farouk and Bradshaw don't touch him. Teddy's just out there dancing. He's playa, holla, holla. And the referee counts to 10 and the ring announcer says, "Still television champion Rodney Mack?" Man. And so everybody's aghast. They're taken aback. They're confused. And so, with that, the commentators, so they're checking on Edge, the medical team, and the commentators, they said, this past Sunday, we have some footage from this past Sunday, and they show parking lot footage where Big Show and A-Train beat down Just Incredible, just like how they did with X-Pac, exactly. And so we cut to break, and on the way back, we see Eddie Guerrero. Go ahead.
I just wanted to introduce. So does Edge get a stretcher job here?
No, they just check on him. He's not actually. He walks out on his own accord.
Okay. Just wanted to double check because he's
absolutely
good answer.
Well, and that we can show what happened during the break, right?
Okay.
But when we come back, we can say during the break, Edge walked out on his own with their helping him. Cool. Under his arms or whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So we see Eddie Guerrero in the back trying to convince Chavo to stop being so angry. But Chavo pushes Eddie away and marches out to the ring. And while Chavo is upset on his way, his entrance gets interrupted by "Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through."
It just felt like the right spot.
Yeah, it was. That's a great shout. And so the hurricane is able to use Chavo's own frustration against him.
Nice.
And every time Chavo is trying to...
Just like a superhero to take advantage of someone's weakness.
Exactly. Every time Chavo is trying to be aggressive, Hurricane outsmarts him, and Hurricane wins the match.
Nice.
But Chavo, he's mad as hell, and that he didn't win. And while he doesn't do anything to Hurricane, he's considering it, and you see Hugh Morris appear on the Tron just laughing at the chaos. And so this is to emphasize that even though Hurricane solved the Bull Buchanan problem, because he was literally released
yesterday,
the day before the show started, yes, Hugh Morris is still a thorn in the Hurricane side.
Makes sense.
And so from there, Rey Mysterio, the new Cruiserweight champion, comes out, and he is surrounded or confronted by all of the Regal counter threat.
Okay.
So Bishop Storm doesn't get in the ring, Rook Nowinski does. And so it's a much bigger contest this time. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting a title match because he's not a cruiserweight. Not a cruiserweight. But what he's doing is he's exacting revenge.
I say this is to avenge the honor.
Yes.
Of the Regal counter threat.
Absolutely. So,
does he avenge the honor?
He doesn't. Rey Mysterio,
I can't believe it,
wins the match and defeats Rook Nowinski. And Mr. Nowinski is going to have one heck of a year. So,
okay.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Christopher Nowinski was only in World Wrestling Entertainment from 2002 until 2003. Did you know that?
No, what?
So,
really short.
This is his last year in the company because he gets multiple concussions.
Oh.
And so that's why he founds the Brain Institute place.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize the run was so short though.
Yeah, I know. It was very memorable for how short it was.
Yeah.
And so after Nowinski loses the match, the Regal counter threats are so mad that Terry, she's shaking Nowinski, says, "Get out of the ring." And Regal he says we're going to prove that we're winners, while Knight, Test and Bishop Storm are in the ring, and King William calls out the best first generation. He says we're going to prove that we deserve those Team Extreme Tornado Championships if only those no good scoundrels will come out here and we'll prove it.
Yeah.
And so Booker, Scott, and Kevin being BFG being upstanding baby faces, champions, yes. They come out, and Kevin, he's actually jovial about it. He laughs. He's like, whatever, we ain't worried.
Man, that's a real nice finisher you got there. Can't wait to kick out.
Exactly. And so yeah, they accept, and it's hands being thrown all day.
Nice.
But because it's Extreme Rules, and Ray has no ties to any of this, he's gone. So it's actually 4-on-3 throughout because Nowinski is helping Storm beat or try and get the upper hand on Scott, while Booker and King William are going at it, and obviously Test and Nash are throwing hands. And so
I never realized it until I saw like a picture of them. Like, those two have very similar looks.
yes, absolutely.
So I just found it funny you paired them together.
Well, I did that intentionally.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I put 2 on Scotty, because Scotty's so swole.
Yeah, but
And whereas the other 2 are kind of equals-ish.
Yeah.
And so the reason I'm doing it this way is that way Rook Nowinski can help Bishop Storm tap out or beat Scott Steiner in the ring.
Yeah.
And so Storm gets the win, and Nowinski gets the love of his faction by helping them win. It's not a title match. It's just showing that they got the.
We can beat them.
Yes. So once all that dies down, out comes Stephanie McMahon with her big announcement. So she requests that the Intercontinental Champion Jamie Noble make his way out because she would like to show her appreciation for what he did for the SmackDown brand at the Royal Rumble, in the Royal Rumble match. And what Stephanie does is she says, Jamie, and also I want him to bring the Iron Addicts with him.
Okay.
So he acknowledges his friendship. He acknowledges that they helped get him to this point in his career. Not verbally, but just by them being at his side. And so Stephanie... Just existing, yes. And believing in him, really.
Yeah.
Like good friends do.
Exactly.
So Stephanie says, you showed real excellence on Sunday. And it inspired me to want to encourage all SmackDown wrestlers to
have that same excellence.
To have that drive. And so I'm instituting from this point forward any match where a challenger can go 30 minutes, because you, Jamie Noble, went 30 minutes in that Royal Rumble. Any match where a challenger can go 30 minutes with a champion, they will obtain excellence. This excellence initiative will be a push for all wrestlers on SmackDown to do their best, to strive to put in the best work. And so from this point forward, if the Intercontinental Champion, the Cruiserweight Champion, or the Team Extreme Tornado Champions are in a match, there will be a 30-minute clock put up on the screen, and if the challengers can last 30 minutes, then they will earn a future championship match. It's much like Ring of Honor's Proving Ground, except...
Longer time.
Longer time, yes. But also, it's... It also doesn't affect the TV title.
Yeah.
So, because the TV title is mandatorily must be defended.
Right, so it wouldn't make any sense for it to do that anyway.
Correct. And so, with that ends the
segment.
The Stephanie segment. But the important thing is Jamie stays in ring with the Iron Addicts at ringside because it starts tonight in the main event. The first ever Excellence Initiative match is the main event when Matt Hardy, accompanied by Shannon Moore and Crash Holly, takes on Jamie Noble with the 30-minute clock on display. Before that match begins, though, we see a recap of what went down at the Royal Rumble, where The Undertaker came down to the final 3 with Batista and Brock. And so Stephanie, who welcomes Evolution here, or welcomed them here, they're up in a penthouse box, and so we go with Randy, Rick, Trips, and Dave, where they're all just bragging about what went down.
How great they are at their championships.
And so, in that segment, Rick says, "Woo! The Deadly Riders were barred from the arena because we couldn't trust those ne'er-do-wells, if you will. Yes, exactly, those scoundrels." And so in the main event match in the first ever Excellence Initiative match. Matt Hardy and Jamie Noble go 15 minutes and 40 seconds before. So, when Matt Hardy goes for the side effect, the jumping, basically...
The rock bottom where he lays out.
Yes, the laid out rock bottom. Jamie is able to float over, hit a DDT turned into a bulldog choke, and Matt Hardy must tap out to Jamie Noble to retain his Intercontinental Championship. And so that is how we close out SmackDown.